I know a lot of people might be having second thoughts now that should I even move to Canada? Is Canada really a good place to live as a foreigner? I mean, all of you YouTubers were making so many positive videos about Canada just an year ago, which made me excited. And now that I'm excited and I've started my process to move to Canada, all of a sudden I see that everyone is making videos about the negative aspects of Canada. What the hell? I understand and I don't blame you, neither do I blame any other YouTuber for creating this confusion because you can find such videos on my channel too. And the reason is that when we make positive videos about Canada, then there are some people who comment that, hey, why are you giving us false hopes? And why don't you show some reality? So as YouTubers, when we realize our responsibility and we try to make our audience aware about the not so good aspects of Canada as well, then again there are some people who comment that, hey, why are you discouraging us when you yourself are in Canada? So what I have realized is that you cannot satisfy everyone. So I'm not gonna stress about that small chunk of unsatisfied and intolerant people, and I would try to clear this confusion in this video because in my opinion, Canada is definitely a good place to live, and that is the reason we moved to Canada back in 2019, and that is the reason we have been living in Canada since last 4 years, and hopefully we'll stay here for the rest of our life. So let's refresh our memory with all the good that Canada has to offer and see why Canada ranks in the top 10 countries to live in the world every single year. So my name is Nishant and now let's get started. And the first thing is the Canadians themselves. The people, they are amazing. I cannot think of any other country in this world where you will find so much of diversity and people are so welcoming towards all the cultures. It is famous that Canadians are very polite, and that is true. Even during a normal walk in your neighborhood, you will find so many people who will share an eye contact with you and will give you a smile or even greet you with good morning or good afternoon. That's a normal practice here. But for someone like us who moved from Delhi back in 2019, it was something amazing to experience. And even to this date, it feels so nice when you can share a smile with a stranger. And that is what I love about the people here. The next thing is air quality. Now this could be subjective considering where you are coming from, but for someone like me who has spent his entire life in Delhi in India, we are used to an air quality index of over 100 or at times over 300 or 400 as well. But here the air quality index rarely goes above 50, and even if it does, then it is usually because of the seasonal wildfires. Though now we have gotten used to this good air quality, but I remember the first time when we landed in 2019, this air quality index of below 50 or at times even below 20 was such a pleasant surprise to me and my lungs. And then how can you forget the natural beauty of Canada? A couple of times in the world indexes, Canada has topped the list of being the most beautiful country in the world. And just like anyone else, we also wanted to spend the rest of our life in the nature's lab. And there could be no place better than Canada for that. Everywhere you will find so many gorgeous lakes. Canada has more lakes than anywhere else in the world. And you can go for kayaking, swimming, boating, or maybe just relax and soak yourself in the water. And then you have these world famous Rocky Mountains in the western part of Canada, which are magnificent. I have no words to explain, trust me. And lately we have been traveling and visiting a lot of places. So if you haven't already, do watch some of our traveling vlogs on our YouTube channel and also follow us on Instagram. I'm telling you, these traveling vlogs and the Insta content is the only inspiration you would need to pack your bags and move to Canada. Now this might seem small, but it could be a deal breaker for many. Canada has world-class libraries and education. Over 60% of young Canadians have a college or a university degree. Teachers are highly qualified. The curriculum is so practical that it doesn't put unnecessary pressure on students. In fact, students get a flexibility to choose certain courses in which they are more interested in. And there has been an increased focus on STEAM subjects, that is science, technology, engineering, arts and math. And talking about libraries, again it would be subjective considering where you are coming from, but for me, back in Delhi, I don't remember having any network of public libraries. The only library I would have visited would be in my school. But in Canada, every city has a network of public libraries which offers so many facilities, such as hosting events for kids or even for senior citizens. You have free internet, you can use the computers there for free to do your assignments or homeworks, Printing is available at a very nominal price, and some libraries even have remote work locations available, and much more. Now let's talk about the most desirable thing, and that is the work-life balance. So in my experience in the last 4 years in Canada, I think that Canada has an amazing work culture. Everyone respects the other person's time. In most cases, 9 to 5 literally means 9 to 5. You will see people packing their bags 5 minutes before and then leaving on time. And you won't be getting calls from your manager after the working hours or during the weekends or during the vacations. And when you're applying for a new job, no recruiter or no hiring manager would ask you what was your last salary drawn. And moreover, you get a chance to work with people from so many different cultures. To give you an example, the current team that I'm working with have people from Canada, UAE, Bulgaria, Romania, and India, of course. Next, we have the job opportunities. I know it's a little controversial right now because of the anticipated recession, but hey, this video is not specific to a particular year or a particular moment. We are discussing Canada in general. And in general, Canada has a lot of job opportunities across so many industries, be it trades, healthcare, IT, finance, admin, etc. You name it, you have it. Canada is the 9th largest economy in the world right now, and a country cannot be the world's largest economy, one of the world's largest economy, without having job opportunities. So the fact that Canada is the 9th largest economy gives us a good idea that there are a lot of opportunities available in this country. But I agree with you, it is difficult to get those opportunities because along with you, there are other 4 to 5 lakh people moving to Canada every single year. And it's not possible for any economy to generate so many jobs altogether. So yes, you would definitely be facing some competition like anywhere else, so you'll have to be mentally prepared. And other than that, if you have recently moved or maybe moving very soon, then you can book one-on-one sessions with me for your resume review, LinkedIn optimization, or networking tips, as well as I'm a recruiter and a certified career coach based in Canada. You can find the links in the description box below. Now let's talk about another controversial benefit, and that is the weather. I know Canada is famous for its long and dreadful winters, and it's all true. The winters in Canada are harsh and winters are long. There is no doubt about it. But what I love is the change of season. You actually get to experience all the 4 seasons in Canada. Back in Delhi, we used to have summers and then winters. But in Canada, for the first time in my life, I could experience the spring season and see that how snow starts melting and the trees and the plants and the grass starts turning greener and greener and greener. It is amazing. And then summers is a festival in itself with scorching heat and with a slightly cool breeze. It's heaven. And then comes my favorite season, that is the falls. For the first time in my life, I saw the trees turning yellow, orange and red as if it was something straight out of a poster. And this change of season has been a big plus for me. Yeah, winters are long, winters are harsh, but as long as you have the right gear, such as the down feather jacket, snow boots, the right thermals, gloves and some warm toque, or you can say a cap, I think you should be good. Other than what we discussed, yes, there is free universal healthcare, free school education for your kids, so obviously that's a great benefit. But talking about the healthcare, even though it is free, but the wait times are very long, at times over an year if your condition is not considered critical. So that is definitely an area where the government should do something. They might be doing something, but they didn't specifically tell me. But talking about your normal routine doctor visits, I think they are pretty good and pretty smooth, and it doesn't cost you anything. Even the visits to the dentist or the eye care specialist have been surprisingly good for us, even though it is not covered in the universal healthcare, but that is something provided by our employer in most cases. So our overall experience in terms of the normal doctor visits have been pretty decent, not bad, but yeah, there is definitely a big scope of improvement there. But everything is not hunky-dory. Settling in a completely new country is challenging and difficult. And at this time, the major problem I see is the cost of living, which is too high. The housing prices and the rental prices are getting unaffordable for a lot of people. So you have to be wise while choosing the location you want to land. You have to see that there are jobs available for your industry, and at the same time, the cost of living is not too high in that city or the province that you choose. Recently, Calgary was the go-to place for a lot of people. In fact, even we moved from Toronto to Calgary, and there are a lot of people who are still moving. and because of that, the cost of living is rising in Calgary as well. So do your research. You will find a lot of useful videos on our YouTube channel too. I will try to link them all in the description box. To conclude, I would still say that in my opinion, Canada is definitely a great place to live, but only if you are not coming with the mindset that Canada is some magical land and as soon as I would step into it, my life would change drastically. No, that's not gonna happen. You'll have to work hard, you'll have to be mentally strong to face the challenges, and you'll have to give yourself at least 2 to 3 years to set your foot. So if you are ready to give 2 to 3 years to yourself and to Canada, then I'm sure that for most of you, Canada would prove to be one of the best decisions of your life. So that's all for today, guys. I hope I was able to instill some positivity with this video. If so, then please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in our next video. Till then, take care and stay safe.